Happy Tuesday! We're continuing to get ready for the Vitality Blast on Friday.
That is it. We have made a fatal error here, though. The people can see us now, and we forget that the people can see us now, and we're wearing the same things that we were wearing when we recorded the North group.
On Monday, obviously. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. and people are going to know now that we are recording these on the same day because we don't have that much time in our week to do it on multiple days. We have to take our opportunities when they come. So yeah, but it is here. It is the Central Group, the notoriously the worst group in the T20 Blast.
I don't think that's acceptable anymore.
No. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Look at who has produced the winner of the T20 Blast for the last 10 years. And I guarantee you the Central Group has not produced a winner of this competition in that time.
Do you know what? That's an extraordinarily fair point. I don't think
it hasn't existed for that time.
No, actually, apart from 2020, and that was obviously not, and they were in the Northern Group, So yeah, that's a fair statement, actually.
Yeah, they haven't the only time for at least 10 years. And
the only time, actually,
it doesn't matter that they weren't part of it for that time.
The only time, I just thought about this, the only time that the Central Division has ever produced a winner was 2005, when the Somerset Sabres beat the Lancashire Lightning at the Oval. That's it.
Rubbish.
That's it.
Worst group in the world.
Yeah, but you know what? The Somerset team, though, are defending the title. They won in the South Group last year.
It is a very strong group, actually, and I'm just having a bit of fun.
So, should we get on with it? Jarleth and McFarlane back with you for another episode of White Noise Cricket. I was always going to say the old pod name then, because that's just that, where you go into blast mode, you just automatically think it's that sort of vibe. But yeah, if you haven't already listened to our Northern Group preview, it is literally the episode before. Came out yesterday. Please have a listen to it as well, because we give our predictions as well for the North Group. We will be on Wednesday. So tomorrow we're going to be giving predictions for the South Division in the men's competition. And then Thursday we have got a review of all the action for the One Day Cup as well that happened last weekend. We'll also review as well round 2 of the Vitality County Cup. And then we will do a Women's Vitality Blast preview as well. All coming your way on Thursday before we then get going with a Vitality Blast on Friday. I cannot tell you how bloody excited I am. So, Cameron, shall we get on with it? Let's do what we did yesterday.
Let's do what we did for the North Group, and we'll go through in alphabetical order because it's just the easiest way to do it.
And we will start then with the side that just missed out last year in the quarterfinals. They finished 5th in the South Group, now back into the Central Division. We love the Welshies. We always have done on this show. It is glammy. Oh, glammy. Glamorgan. I have a massive apology there from last year, because I thought that they were going to be rubbish, and I thought they were going to finish bottom.
You did say they were going to be rubbish, but I don't think you need to apologise too much, because if you're not in the quarterfinals, you're rubbish. Let's be honest. That's the way it works. If you don't qualify for the next stage, you're rubbish. You might as well be bottom, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's go through then Glamorgan's chances then. Well, I actually think that this is possibly the most competitive group. And the only reason why I say that is because they don't know each other. Yes, okay, the 3 teams know each other and 3 teams don't. But I think this is going to be a really competitive group where pretty much anybody could finish anywhere. And I don't think that's necessarily,
I do think it is pretty wide open. I think, like I say, we obviously did the North Group yesterday, and they kind of felt that Lancashire are probably the best side in it comfortably.
Yeah.
And Yorkshire are going to be good. So there was more of a feeling of teams that you fancied to be in there and not with the North Group. With this one, who the hell knows what's going to happen here, but we are going to try and predict it.
So this is what Glammy have done then. They've obviously got Colin Ingram back. I mean, a big reason to get back. Yep. Absolutely huge. Nathan McAndrew as well, played for Sussex as well in 2025. Good to see him back as well. And we've got Farzad Faruqi as well from Afghanistan. We know that.
Brilliant signing, by the way.
Totally agree.
He's absolute quality. Like, I watched him play a lot when he played for the Originals or the Super Elephants or whatever you want to call them now in London. Yeah, obviously he was just class. Like, he box office, he just makes things happen. And yeah, I think it's a massive signing for this competition. And I go as far as to say he will be in the top 5 of wicket takers in this competition.
Big call. I don't think I say big call.
In the group, in the competition.
I don't think. Well, I was going to say it's a big call. I don't know if it is, because I agree with you. I think he's absolutely outstanding. Again, he was brilliant as well. He's brilliant for Afghanistan. He's absolutely outstanding. Obviously he's had spells as well with the Royals and Sunrisers in the IPL, the Thunder in the Big Bash, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think he's going to be very, very, very good. But I tell you, the biggest signing for me though, mate, it's not.
I know exactly who you're going to say.
Well, we got bashed by Dicko in the quarterfinal. He was there for the winning runs as well last year for Somerset. I think this is such a massive, massive signing for them. It's huge.
Like, he's
it's
just
ridiculous.
Capable of, again, a bit like we said with Jordan Thompson, who we'll come on to when we sort of talk about your team, but he's a player that can just win games on his own.
Well, if memory serves me correctly, I think it was like 71 for about 29 in that quarterfinal. That basically took the game away.
No,
anything short.
He definitely needed like 8 runs a ball and managed to do it.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, as well, still there, Kieran Carson as well. Still there.
Yeah, in the championship for them now, isn't it?
Yes.
The fact that Sam Northeast has gone.
Don't know. And obviously as well, Asa Tribe as well.
Format.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say as well, Asa Tribe as well, doing really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
Last year was outstanding. He's obviously on England's radar. So there's that, obviously, as well. You look at the bowling from last year. Again, I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, Ned Leonard was absolutely outstanding. Came from really nowhere and was taking 20 wickets. Dan Dathwaite as well, and obviously still Mason Crane. He's still bowling there beautifully. He was turning it like the ball of the century earlier on the season.
We had the sort of conversation with the England Test squad the other day, and Shoaib Bashir being back in there. Like, for me, like, I'd be looking more at Mason Crane because I think that's how good I think he is. And like I say, been bowling really, really well. So
yeah, totally agree. So there's that. I think, this is tight. This is really tight because I think that they have got a hell of a chance. I really do. But
so do I. Then you look at this team, you look at this group, and
it's so tight, man.
Who do you displace to put them in there?
I'm going to say they finished 3rd, but due to the fact of how competitive this group is going to be, everyone's going to take points off each other.
You think
they don't make the quarterfinal? I think they're going to miss out, and I think they are going to miss out for the quarterfinal spot. I think they finished 3rd, but they just miss out. But you know what? However you call this,
there could be a problem for this group. But
however you call this, by the way, I go, yeah, I can see it, and that's where, and that's how beautiful this division is at the moment.
What do I do here? I don't know if I think that have they got enough runs?
I think they might just about.
I think the bowling is good enough, but my worry is whether they've got enough runs.
They got fucking Sean Dixon. Get the beat machine out. It goes back.
That is true. Yeah, go on then. They finished 2nd.
Wow. I say Dicko's back. He's obviously not back. Obviously, he hasn't played for him, but you know what I mean when I say
that. I know. We know what you mean.
Yeah. Good. Right. Okay, you're going to go 2nd, are you?
Yeah, they finished 2nd.
Wow. So you're going to put them in a quarterfinal. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Again, I'm not going to sit there and say you're wrong because this group is just all over the gaff. We'll move on then to the 2024 champions, and they are Gloucestershire. Again, they've been busy over the winter. Jesus, wet.
They needed to be, to be honest, because my word, they were very poor last year.
But yeah, they were.
Seventh position. They had a good finish that made it look slightly better than it was, but they were terrible at first.
First part of it, I think they lost 6 or 7 on the bounce, and at that point, you're just absolutely treading water for the rest of this comp, and that's how it works, kind of things. Obviously, the big thing here is that John Lewis is back. You know, it's a great department store as director of cricket.
I didn't realise they'd gone anywhere.
Yeah, there's a point there. Obviously, March DeLange. Obviously, by the way, one of the best people you'll ever meet. He was fantastic.
Talks about how much we loved speaking to Logan Manby, but definitely right up there and very, very close second was Martin DeLange, who was just brilliant.
Yeah, again, interviews are coming out.
Obviously, he's fit and ready to go this year and will play plenty as well, which obviously helps them massively.
Yep. You look at who they got back in. Obviously, Cam Bancroft's back in, which again, you know, a good signing. We know that. Darcy Short as well. So there's that.
Liam back as well. Like, he's just quality.
And we mentioned it obviously yesterday in the sense that, you know, he's obviously left Yorkshire. David Milan at Gloucestershire. You know, it's still a big signing for them, I think. And no matter what anybody says about David Milan, he was still top scorer for Yorkshire last year. So I think there's that, obviously. I think. Yeah. No, I was just going to say, I don't know is the honest answer about this batting lineup still, because the biggest thing for me is that still that bowling line. You know, obviously, you know, Jack Taylor's still going to be brilliant. Ben Charlesworth's still going to be brilliant. You just look at that batting.
I think Ben Charlesworth will be even better next year.
Well, yeah, it's shock horror that, isn't it? For you think that.
And he's playing in red.
Yeah, but you look at that 2024 Miles Hammond, of course, still there. You know, from Gloucestershire. But you look at that bowling attack, which was so good last season, so good in 2024. Obviously, still there for David Payne. You know, he's still going to be very, very good. 35 runs. You know, 17 wickets. 35 years old, 17 wickets last year. Still very, very good. Just not as good as he had been in the previous year. It happens. You know, Josh Shaw still good. I mean, obviously, the loss of Arjit Singh Dale that we mentioned as well. You know, that's big. And obviously, as well, Matt Taylor, still a decent bowler too. You know, Tom Smith, Ollie Price. There's still quality there from Gloucestershire, and I think that the problem was that they had a great. They were fantastic throughout the summer. I'm not saying they weren't, but then they had a great 2 weeks, and that then hit.
Yeah, that was
it. Put the expectations on them a little bit. That's where I'm coming from. What about you?
Yeah, and it was hard for them to sort of live up to that at that point. I do think that I thought Liam Scott was a really good signing for them, but he's now going to miss the first 6 games because he's been called up for Australia. So that hurts them a little bit. That they're going to lose him for the first 6. But yeah, I struggle to see them. In the quarterfinals. I like them. I have a soft spot for them. Like
we always
wonderful group of people. Jack Taylor's one of my favourite people to speak to every time we speak to him. Like, he's just a great bloke. And unfortunately, though, I just don't think they're quite strong enough. And they're in a very, very tough group.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it, but I think they finished bottom of the group. I don't think it's by being particularly bad. I just think that they will just not get as many points as everyone else.
I think they finished 5th. You know, I'm going to try and be nice, but I think they finished 5th because I think
you can't try and eat and curse your way into the quarterfinals by putting Warwick at bottom.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I know you're not.
You don't know. Well, we don't know yet. Well, no, obviously we'll move on swiftly and we'll talk about the Steelbacks, who last year they finished 4th when they won their first 6 and then lost 6 of the last 8. I called it at the time that I thought they had a home quarter final sewn up, wrapped up, and the fact they didn't was ludicrous. But then,
What's
Ravi
today they had
O'Para
down at the Oval.
It was incredible to be there. 105 off 46 was one of the best things ever. And yes, they underperformed at the semi-final. I think they've even said that themselves. It happens when you get rolled a little bit and you get so what you do is that, the bloke who hit the ton against you in the semi-final, what you do is you then go, you go, sod it, he's coming back. He's going to come back to Northants. He's been back in 2022 and 2023. Chris Lynn is back. Here we go.
Yeah. It's a huge signing to bring him in and back into this team. Like, he's still just so good. Like, it feels like he's 105 years old now, but he's still so talented and still able. He's only 35, which is, in this day and age, in this format of cricket, isn't that old. Like, he's probably still got another. Well, I mean, if he looks after himself like a certain Mr. Anderson does, then he's still got about another 35 years left as it stands.
Yeah.
But I think, big addition. Definitely helps them.
I think Nathan McSweeney's the better signing, though. I think no disrespect to Chris Lynn. I think he's great, but I think so. I think Nathan McSweeney was absolutely outstanding. At the end of the day, you look at last year's domestic season in Australia for Brisbane. South Australia, he wins Sheffield Shield and then he wins the One Day Cup, and then he's also led the Brisbane Heat to win the Big Bash in 2024. The man knows how to win things, and he's a very, very, very good player. And I think that's an outstanding signing. I really do.
I think they've done well with both of those signings. I also think bringing in Lewis Kimber is a brilliant signing as well.
Can you imagine how many balls are going to be lost at Wanstead Roads this season?
Oh yeah,
genuinely.
He's not the biggest of places either. It is easy to sort of
get
it out of there. And then obviously brought in the man that every time you say to bring him onto bowl, it sounds like you're asking someone to change the music in Calvin Harris. Get Calvin Harris on.
Calvin Harris, son. Get Calvin Harris, son.
Coming in from Notts as well, which I think is another good signing as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. I think you look at Northant, but I think a huge loss, obviously, the young Ravi. But
not only that, Matthew Britsky as well. Not this year as well. Like, that's huge for them.
That he was so important for him last season. But can we just say, by the way, a massive congratulations to Ravi, the young Ravi Bopara, in the Hall of Fame, and very rightly deserved as well.
Yeah, we can now mention these things that we didn't.
We can. But like you say, Matthew Bretsky though as well. Like you say, 403 runs for him last season. David Willey is still there. We get that, and he's still a very, very good player. I'm not saying that he isn't, but then you look at the bowling attack again. Like, obviously, David Willey, Ben Sanderson obviously was towards the top end of the wicket taking charts in the comp completely throughout the majority of the season last year. He finished with 26 in the end. That was third best, but also as well, George Scrimshaw as well also had 26 wickets. That you can't expect the two of them, for me at least anyway. Same with the Gloucestershire attack. You can't expect them to consistently be doing that. And I don't think you're going to see 26 wickets for the pair of them again this season. And I think that worries me a little bit. I know David Willey took 20, but then you had Lloyd Pope after that with 12. And I just don't think that
I'm a big ask.
I'm not
for
sure.
All of them to sort of perform. And they are quality players, and a lot of them will perform. But I think you're asking a lot for them all to put you in that same sort of position again that they did last year. I think it's a concern for me the way that last season sort of went in the group stage after that such a good start, because I don't see them starting as well as that this year. I think that was a bit of everything just sort of came together for them at once to get them off to that start of winning the first six. So for me, they are second bottom. They are just above the Gloucester side that I've put as my bottom side for this group.
I'm flipping them round, but I've got them finishing bottom. I think I really do. I no disrespect. at all because I like Northants and Kieran as well, one of our loyal listeners. He'll probably be fuming about this.
Oh,
but
he's just unsubscribed immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like I say, I've worked at Northants on a number of occasions. I like the team over there. They're really good people.
You get some unbelievable games when you go to Northants as well.
I do. I've been to a number of games that Northants have really delivered, and of course now watching because obviously I'm working the game that they're coming to our place on 31st of May. Watch them now hit 240 and then bowl us out for 100 again like they did last season.
Oh yeah, the two wicket takers are going to say 5 apiece, and we'll go. Oh, they are going to get 26 again.
Yeah, absolutely right. This is really where we need Harry Everett, obviously from Somerset County Cricket Club on the show. Fortunately, we can't get him on, but the defending champions. 2 out of the last 3 seasons. They've been in the last 3 finals. They've been to finals day every year since 2021. They are the preeminent county in T20 cricket right now. One of our favourite places, if not our favourite places on the calendar to go. Everything about Somerset, I just fecking love. I really do. And do you remember last year when we said, oh, well, this is the end of this era of Somerset and all this sort of stuff, and they're going to be a lot of changes. They still look pretty damn good.
They do. They're still a very good side. And like you say, losing people like Sean Dixon, Casey Aldridge, Ben Green, like Josh Davey as well. Like, it's a lot to lose. And for a lot of teams, you'd go, they're in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
But this Somerset side and the way that they're led by Lewis Gregory and they're just calm under pressure and everyone plays in the mould of him in that he doesn't panic and we know that they can do anything. They're still going to be good. And they are still really brilliant. Strong as well.
I mean, look, you mentioned, obviously, Miguel Patori is coming in. Riley Meredith, who was the top wicket taker last year in the competition, he's back in as well from the 26th of June. Dan Sams before then, obviously, hasn't really hit the heights that he hit in 2023, I don't think, for Essex since, but still there an opportunity.
Quality, yeah.
I think absolutely. I'm not doing him a disservice, but, that's that. And Josh Shaw coming in as well at Gloucestershire, as well from Gloucestershire too. You look at, obviously, last season, Will Smead. I mean, what more do we say about him at this point? He's just an outstanding player, and we've known this for a while. Top 2 run scorers in the competition alongside Toby Albert. We had him as our 1 and 2. Tom Kohler-Cadmore still there at 557 runs last year. And obviously as well, Tom Banton's still going to be there too as well. And Tom Abel, Lewis Gregory. But they did have lost a little bit of firepower there with Sean Dixon and Ben Green. Do you know? That's the only worry I've got.
It's still strong, though, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, massively, massively.
I just think you just write them off at your peril. You're an idiot if you write off this Somerset side because they will make you look stupid.
Yeah, obviously as well, Ben Green losing a lot of wickets as well, 20 wickets there. I think another big person involved there is Matt Henry. He's not there again this year, and we saw what happened. The 2 years that he's been there. The last 2 years that he's been there, Somerset have won the pot.
Yeah, like I say, and obviously Riley Meredith not coming in until late on in the competition as well.
Yeah.
I do think they qualify for the quarterfinals.
I think they top the group. I think they top the group comfortably. Well, not comfortably, but I think they will top the group because they're Somerset. They don't lose at home, and they're just a very, very good team. But all I'm saying is, I'm
going to go very bold. I think they qualify in 3rd. Yeah, I know that this is the beauty of the fact that you can now watch us. You got to see that reaction from Mr. Eaton there, which you wouldn't have seen that before. But I'm going to go have a bold prediction here and there. I think with what they've lost in there, like let's be honest, Sean Dixon got them out of a hole quite a few times last season. If they lose a few of those games and lose them early, and they haven't got Riley Meredith until the end, so they've not got his wickets, they might lose a few games early on. And they might only just get in 3rd and have to go away for the quarterfinal. But we've seen them go away for quarterfinals before and go to Northants a couple of years ago and win that.
Wow. I'm stunned, mate. I am stunned.
There you go.
Wow.
So that also says that what is a very, very strong South group only has 2 teams qualified from it.
Wow. Okay. All right. But I don't really know what to say. So I'm going to move it on because I'm stunned.
To be fair, this is the team that usually, last year at least, or the last 2 years at least, would have been first on our preview for the Central Group. But you have changed your name again because you change your name more than you change your pants. Like,
I like it. I like the fact that
back to being the Warwickshire Bears. You are still the Bears as well, aren't you? Like, you've kept the Bears.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what?
You're not just going to just Warwickshire, because I'm sure that'd be next year's option. You'd just go to Warwick. And then after that, you just go to like middle of country somewhere. I don't know. Like, you run out of options.
Do you know something? How many times am I going to say Bears or I won't say Birmingham Bears. I don't think I will do this year, but I am going to say Warwickshire Bears.
Now that they are Warwickshire Bears, can you call them the Bears again? Because obviously we weren't allowed to put the in last season.
Yeah, I think we can do. So come on, you Bears. Right. This is an interesting one for me because I'm trying to be objective. Obviously, we're going to top the group and piss it. No, we're not.
The floor was mine when it was Lancashire. The floor is yours now. You may do whatever you like with that floor. Carpet it, wood floors, whatever you think, but fire away.
Well, obviously, Bo Webster coming in, I think is big.
Webster.
Big Bear Webster. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we might actually see him play in the Blast this year because we didn't get a chance to see him last year. Usman Tariq as well. It's an interesting call. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be great.
We're going to have to add in. Obviously, you're the one that's got to work these games. I probably wouldn't expect to be home early at any point.
No, I agree with that.
40 minutes for him to let go of the ball.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah. Obviously, I think Nathan Gilchrist is a decent signing. You know, from Kent.
Very good signing. I think you're underplaying that a little bit. I think it's an excellent signing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, Keith Barkill came in, but he's mainly for Champo. We've lost Danny Briggs, who I think is a big loss. You know, I love Briggs. He's a good guy. We lost Craig Miles.
Taker in the history of T20 cricket in this country, I think. Yes, that is a slight loss, yes.
We lost Mo, but again, if you listen to the podcast we did yesterday, I don't think that's as big of a loss as many people might think it is. I don't think it is. We lost Milo, Craig Miles as well. Not necessarily that bad. Again, he's a good guy like Craig, you know, but it is what it is. Big signing, though, and we've mentioned it before. My darling, you with the headband. Enjoy your time at Edgbaston. Jordan Thompson is in, and he's such a crucial option because, again, I mean, I've seen him obviously in Champo. He's done really well for us. I'm not saying he hasn't, but like obviously in the Blast, like the amount of times he's got Yorkshire either out of a hole.
White ball player than he is a red ball player.
Massively, and like you know, the amount of times he's dug Yorkshire out of a hole, you know, over the time period is really important. Obviously, the big changes
that's big for you. Like I really do. Like adding Jordan Thompson and Nathan Gilchrist, that's a lot of wickets you've added there, and obviously you're having to replace what you're losing by losing Danny Briggs, but you've added a hell of a lot of wickets there.
A big loss for us, I think, is Jake Lintock, because obviously he's gone on loan to Kent now for the Blast, and like he will leave the club anyway at the end of the season, but he's gone.
That is a strange one, that for me. Like,
I mean, we've got spin options, obviously. We've got plenty of them.
Plenty, but I'm surprised, especially with the fact that Briggs has gone, so he's not part of the attack, that you've not kept Lintock around and you've allowed him to go and play for someone else. Albeit someone else, I suppose so. Different group, which is helpful.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you look at, obviously, the thing is that we're losing Hassan Ali, obviously 25 wickets last summer. Briggs, 20 wickets last summer. Gleeson, obviously, is not going to be there, at least for the start of the comp, because he's going off to the RCB. We haven't got Bethel. You know, I miss him already. My blonde bombshell. I love him to bits. You know, we look at Barney. Obviously, Barney's now taken over as captain. And, you know, no disrespect to Barney, because, again, a lovely guy. But obviously, we saw what happened towards the quarterfinal and all the rest of it. I don't know whether Mose is going to be the main spinner, but obviously he's gone off to captain the England A side, you know, when they go and play South Africa, the line side. So that's another loss for us. Haven't got Mo.
He's also not a spinner. He bowls it at 900 miles an hour.
But he's a good guy, though. We like him.
He's the fastest bowler in the West.
He is the fastest bowler in the West Midlands. Davis is still there, 464 runs. Big Al, obviously not now captain, but
The first time he's ever been referred to as Big Al. That's like calling me.
I saw it the other day, actually. I saw it the other day.
Ridiculous. Like, the bloke's shorter than I am.
Yeah, that is true, actually. But my boy, if I ever have another kid, I will name him Samuel, just because of this beautiful.
I'm surprised you didn't know this one, even though it's even though it's a girl. I thought you may well have gone with Samuel as the name.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love it if Bethel could come in and play, but obviously he's not going to. Let's be honest about it. We're never going to see Jacob Bethel again.
I don't think he's going to play any games this season. Maybe one or two in the gaps, but I think it's unlikely you'll get more than that.
I'm going to be very, very bold on this, and I say we're going to finish second. This is more out of hope than expectation. I'll be brutally honest. I think that we've lost a lot. I'm not going to be kind
to you, I'll be honest.
Yep.
I think you finished fourth.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised on that front, but I'm going to.
Which means you're going to hate my top pick.
You're not putting them top.
Well, they're the only one I've got left, sir.
You are mental. Talking about the Worcestershire Rapids, the pairs on the opposite side of the A38. Yeah, okay. Right.
It's not. It doesn't quite work the same, the A38 as the Pennines, does it? It's not quite the same.
M62 as the M62. What? Okay. Do you know what? What I'm going to do is, this is very rare that I'm going to do this. I'm going to concede the floor to you. You explain to me why you're putting them top, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, can I start and end my explanation with just to get a rise out of you? No,
that's fine.
Not doing it for that reason whatsoever.
Okay.
I think they're a good side. I think they've got a couple of good additions in there. Sikander Raza is absolutely class.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best players.
Sama Mia is possibly even better. Right. I don't think we're going to see decks that are made for a lot of pace at Worcestershire this year.
That would be a very bold statement. That isn't a bold statement, I don't think. Somehow.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's just to talk about that deal as well. Like, they've got him on a 3-year deal at Samamia for T20 cricket as well, which is a great bit of recruitment. Sikander Raza, I think, is just quality. Adds so much with bat and ball. Is someone that's played a ridiculous amount of cricket around the world as well. I think just adds a hell of a lot to this team, which I already thought was pretty good, to be honest.
I'm not okay.
The kit's brilliant. I really like the kit.
You can't bit the top for the kit. Jesus,
I think we don't do enough kit talk on these.
No, I agree with that. That is fine.
It is. I mean, I know you're not going to like it just because it's a Perth shirt, but all of their kits this year are really
great.
Good. Like, I've got to say, like, having as a sort of a Blackburn fan, and we're going away from Macron as our kit maker, but I'm fairly sure it's Macron that makes Worcestershire's kit, and our kits at Rovers have been brilliant for the last few years as well. And yeah, I just think, like, they just come up with great new innovative designs, and they look class, and it's so much better than your shirt, which is crap, let's be honest.
It's not. It's lovely. I like it.
Your
genuinely.
One-Day Cup shirt's quite nice. The Blast shirt's rubbish. Our Blast shirt's brilliant because there's nothing better than a retro kit, as we know.
So
anyway, that's the main reason that Worcestershire are going to be good, is because the kit looks better than everyone else's.
Okay, fine. Well, I mean, it's a reason, 100%. They haven't brought anybody in at all, really.
Domestically,
yeah, domestically. Obviously, losing Ed Pollock as well, big. Because I'm not saying that he's there and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, a huge loss is going to be because you're Dwarshis. He's not there this year. He's pulled out of a deal, and that's important. Like, because remember, you look at his wicket taking ability last year. He was top of the wicket charts with 18 wickets. That's a lot of wickets to go for. And you look at their runs last year. Ethan Brooks 380 runs, their top run scorer. Adam Hose 358 next to me. And hello, Dark Smile friend. I love Jose. I always will do. the runs were shared around. Don't get me wrong. Gareth Roderick 307, Kasha Valley 293, Basil Oliveira 245. Those are your top 5 there, right? But there's not.
They're all still there. They've kept all of them together, though.
Yeah, but when you consider the fact that Toby Albert was the top run scorer with 633, and then you've got Ethan Brooks there at 380, there's a bit of a difference there, my friend.
There is, but they have got a lot of quality. Like, you look at obviously a couple of that we spoke to, but like Dan Latigan, Rob Jones is there as well, who doesn't play a lot for them, but he's someone that's quality to come in. Really good lengths for years. Yeah. And then obviously you add the runs in there that Sikander Raza is going to give you in that middle order as well.
Yeah.
I just think they're a good side. And I think they're a side that I think they're probably more of a team and a group than anyone else in this group. Like, I think they're all going to fight for each other. They're all going to properly dig in and do what they can for each other. I feel like it's probably the most close-knit group of anyone. And I think like they're not losing people to go off playing international cricket. They're all going to be there in and around together all the time. And I think
of course, remember,
going to get on a bit of run and get some momentum and just go and end up topping the table and then get slapped in the quarterfinals probably.
Well, let's be honest about it. They did finish 5th last year. They only just about missed out. In the end of the day, they were almost there or thereabouts. Obviously, Warwickshire getting that win last year against Derbyshire in the final day, not the Rapids out. I'm going to go as far as to say, though, that obviously, I don't think they qualify. I think they're going to finish 4th, maybe. Yeah, I think they're going to finish 4th, potentially. I think they're finishing there. Yeah, so I haven't got them qualifying. Not because they're the pairs. It's just because I just don't see where the runs come from. And yes, it might be a spinning deck, and that might be the reason why they don't win games. Sorry, that's the reason why it might be low-scoring thrillers. Because obviously we know it's going to be wet at New Road because, let's be honest about it, it always is. Well,
there is a reason that they have to start earlier.
Yep, can't have floodlights, as we always know, because they'll be electrocuted. That's one of the best jokes of the whole time that we've been going through this podcast.
It is, yeah. We did actually say that to them as well, didn't we, when we were there on content day.
Absolutely.
I thought Cash Valley was brilliant at the content day, as was and the other bloke, Ben Allison.
Yeah, Ben Allison was very, very good as well. Absolutely. Right. So let's go through.
And also, I really like Ben Allison's answer when I did ask him about whether he would take losing both games to you to make sure that they made the quarterfinal. And before even thinking, he just went, no. Just immediately went, no. And then he sort of had to think about it and went, wait, so hang on. So do we get to finals day and then they don't get to finals day? Like, a bit more now.
No, it doesn't matter.
The immediate answer of just straight away, no. Like, no. I am not losing to that lot from the other side of the A38.
Correct. So let's go through our predictions then one final time. Top of the table for me, Somerset. Shock horror. They're the best team right now in T20 cricket. So
the pairs.
Wow. I still can't believe you've done that. Second position for me, more than hope than expectation, is the Warwickshire Bears.
Glamorgan.
Glammy. Wow. You have gone really rogue, mate.
I have gone.
You've gone really rogue.
Like, I almost feel like we're doing this. We're filming this last night when I'd had about 10 pints of lager. I've literally had half a glass of wine and I'm making ridiculous predictions, but I don't think they're ridiculous. I think this group is very, very tight. And I think that's why it is very easy for someone to end up topping the group that you wouldn't expect, is because
I agree.
Everyone's going to take points off each other. It's going to be tight. It's probably not going to be much in it from 1st to 6th.
No, I agree. I totally agree with you. Third position for me is Glammy, but they don't qualify for the quarterfinals because I think like you said,
and they do qualify.
Okay, all right. Fourth position for me will be the Worcestershire Rapids.
4th, I had Birmingham.
There you go. You made the first Freudian slip of the year. Love to see it.
What's a pound in the box? The Warwickshire Bears.
Yeah. 5th for me is going to be the Gloucestershire team. I think Gloucestershire will get there. Gloucestershire side.
I think I went
5th. Steelbacks, I think you did, didn't you?
I think I went Northampton, then Gloucester last. Yeah.
That's where we've swapped, obviously. I've also got the Steelbacks in bottom. But let me tell you something, listener and viewer. Whoever finishes 1st to 6th, I am not going to sit here and go, how the bloody hell did that happen?
No,
because this group could be chaos.
Very close, and anything could happen.
Absolutely. Right. We're going to go. We're going to come back tomorrow for our final men's preview of the week, the South Group preview, the South Division, I should say, preview. That's coming up tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to be with you once again for a women's special. We have got the final round of fixtures in the One Day Cup first block. We then got the Vitality County Cup as well. And then we'll also be with you too for a Vitality Blast preview all across the one pod. Can't wait for that. And then on Saturday, the 23rd of May, we will be with you for a opening night review. Cannot bloody wait because the Vitality Blast is coming. We will see you again tomorrow. But from Cam and our fantastic social media manager, Rachel, and myself, Joe, we hope that your week continues to be a blast. And we're back with you tomorrow for the South Division preview. Take care. Take it easy.